So the question I would like to ask you, because I know that the people want to know, how can we increase the frequency of our thoughts?
Very good question. Yeah, cleaning up the frequency. It really is a relationship of wholeness, of spirit, mind, body relationship. So if you're physically out of alignment, then you end up with things like disease.
Yeah.
And if you are mentally out of alignment, you can have things like anxiety and depression or attention deficit disorder, those kinds of things. And if you're spiritually out of alignment, it means that you're not able to create the elements within your world. And so the things that come into your reality. So to change those things, you have the momentum going. It's a little bit like jumping or falling out of an airplane without a parachute. So you're falling and you say, help, what do I do now? Well, just wait a few minutes and it'll be over. You can't stop the momentum. It's like the car on the hill.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to get out of the way of that. Change the thought process in order to make things turn out differently. So from the negative thoughts to the positive thoughts. So one way to do that is that you can go, when we're thinking all those negative thoughts, we end up thinking about the details. You know, this person said this, and you know, they treated me this way, and you know, one thing after another, so we get that momentum going in the negative side. If you can shift that to what we call negative general, well, maybe it isn't as bad as I'm making it out to be. Things really do kind of work themselves out. So then I can go from there, because what that happens in the body is it creates new neuropeptides, and we start to feel different emotions. Because a lot of it is about we think and then we feel.
Yeah.
And then we feel and then we think. So it's back and forth, and that's how those set points get, and we tend to habituate those experiences of what we think and feel. So that's what locks in our world. So if we change that and then go to the positive general, well, you know, things generally work out well, you know, and I know that the universe is working for me. I know that I have control over some of these things. Then we feel better. We feel more in control. We begin to feel that vibration is now raised to a level where we are feeling content, we are feeling hopeful. And so once we get to that point, then we can start to put in the details. Now I have my dream, I have my goal, this is what I want to do. I can feel that, I can see that, I can imagine where that is, I can visualize it, experience that. And that's kind of what we showed on stage today.
Yeah.
The difference of putting somebody in that state and what happens to their brain in that condition.
So do you think we have every day to focus and think about our dreams?
Well, sure, absolutely. What we really need to do is be in command of our thoughts,
yeah,
you know, and our emotions. Our emotions really are the indicator. It's the thing that causes us to recognize when we're off track. You know, so like a compass, you can look and see when you're off course. Well, how do we know when our thoughts are off course, or our emotions are off course? We get those negative emotions, negative feelings. We feel frustrated, we feel angry. We're not experiencing love or gratitude. Now, that's another thing to change that. So if we're in that grumpy negative state, all we have to do is find something that we can be thankful for, can be grateful for.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it could be, boy, I'm just really grateful that the sky is blue today, or you know,
yeah, great.
Find those little things and feel that, because that changes the level of frequency. And then you can start the momentum in a different direction. Then things start happening spontaneously. You're driving, you know, down to the store, and all of a sudden there's that parking place. Somebody's just pulling out as you're pulling in, right in front of the, you know, and you begin to have, you know, amazing things happen. You go in the store and you get an item, you take it up, and they say, oh, this happens to be on sale. It's 50% off today. Oh, wow, you know, because you get somebody who is aware. You know, the people begin to rendezvous in and around you to the things that you are important to you. And so when we learn how to control that and to do that consciously rather than letting our thoughts run on default, then we are in command of our own world.